collectively for Black women in particular, Black men as well, LGBTQ people, that, there's a renaissance occurring when it comes to, our creativity and our talents. And it's almost ancestral. It's like, I feel my ancestors calling me back like, girl, you better step into this moment, into this season, go grab everything that is yours right now.
Well, this chapter is Representation Matters literally, okay? She is a seasoned talent executive who currently represents a diverse slate of top TV talent and experts since launching her boutique firm in 2013.
Giselle Phelps is joining us, a journalist.
Prior to entrepreneurship, she spent a decade working in television news as an anchor, reporter.
Lack of fair pay, lack of fair promotion, lack of diversity.
It's my talent relations manager, Miss Giselle Phelps. Welcome to Come Back with Erica Cobb.
I think when I first started my business, when you referenced, that I started this in 2013, I was really just focused on helping women and people of color and tell their stories through earned media. That was really the focus of my business, right? Is to use my new skills to help other people get coverage, get their stories told. And I was really kind of rooted in that space for a long time. But I always had friends in news coming to me saying, Giselle, I wish that you could represent me. Like, because they would see what I was doing. They knew that I obviously understood their journey and what they were going through in the newsroom and just what it was like navigating, media spaces. So for years, Erica, I had friends across the industry telling me that they wished that I was representing them. And then so eventually I did, take a chance and start working with some on-camera talent. And the work that we were able to do together just helped me actually form a new vision for my company. It really kind of opened up my eyes that, my true calling actually is aligned with helping TV talent broaden and expand their reach, not really working so much with, products and businesses and things like that, but people that are on air talents who want to broaden, expand their reach. That really is kind of the natural intersection of all my years of experience that you kind of just laid out there. Say I started as a producer and a reporter, then going on to starting my company, which again was doing like earned media publicity, to now into the talent relations space. So it's kind of been just like a really interesting journey of transition over the years into the place where I am now, where I do have a very clear mission and vision to serve television talent of color and to make sure that they are advocated for, and to make sure that they are really accessing all of the opportunities that are available to them in the marketplace right now. That is the clear mission and vision of my company at this point in time.
Do you think that there is a lack of representation with Black and brown people in terms of the talent roster when it comes to agencies and management groups? And what is your theory on that?
100%. I think that a lot of the big agencies have absolutely failed in representing talents of color. And that's very well documented in the press. You can just Google search over the last few years and see the headlines that have been out there. A lot of them are trying to do the work now to get up to speed and hire agents and hire executives that represent the pool of talent that is out there. But historically, they have absolutely failed. And I know several talents firsthand who have told me that they didn't feel advocated for properly by a lot of the big agencies. So without a doubt, 100%. But also, furthermore, I think when we look at the idea of representation, it's about the intersectionality of that as well. Because, you're not only a Black woman, Erica, but you're a Black woman from the Midwest. And, everybody has intersectionalities within their identity that we need to see that have to show up. So for me, it's like, I'm a Black woman, but I'm a Canadian Black woman. And, and I sound a certain way because I'm Canadian. And so I like that about myself. And I don't want to have to change how I sound or change how, I show up. Also, too, like the fact that we're both sitting here right now with natural hair, right? And just to think about, girl, when I look at my old tape and old clips from, my days, reporting, I'm like, oh my goodness, right? Just trying all these different hairstyles and whatnot. And so this is representation too, just the fact that we can both just show up wearing our natural hair and being our authentic selves. So I think, how I view intersectionality today, representation today, intersectionality is attached to that. So it's not just about like seeing Black and brown faces, on a talent roster or on TV or whatever. I also want to see diversity among the types of Black and brown people that are getting roles and getting opportunity. So I think that is really the next frontier of representation. Somebody recently told me that I was an emancipator, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm an emancipator? And I've been marinating on that ever since. And I'm like, I think that is true, right? Yeah. Because I think that in a way, I literally as a teen was emancipated, living on my own since 16, emancipated, literally, to now be the emancipator of other people in media. So it is a journey. And it's also like, I feel like this is a spiritual calling for me. And I do feel like it's tied to, my ancestral line. As I've told you before too, like literally my family's ancestral line is on the Underground Railroad. So when you talk about like being an emancipator of people and just wanting people to be free and advocating for folks, that truly is just my nature. So I do think that on the surface, like I appear to like take risks and kind of move boldly in ways that, other people might not. But that's why. That's why. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. That is why, because I've always kind of had to. And although that might have seemed burdensome in my youth, today it's totally in line with my calling.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, Giselle, tell us where we can find and follow you for my comeback community.
You can find me at GisellePhelps.com. So that's my name, Giselle, Phelps, like no relation to Michael Phelps, unfortunately, but PHELPS. Or on the socials, on Instagram, I'm GJP Media. On Twitter, I'm my name, Giselle Phelps. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm all over the interwebs, so yes.
Yes, you are. You keep me, like, I get reminders like, be on the interwebs.
Be on the interwebs, yes. So the folks can find me on the interwebs, yes.
Amen. I love that. Comeback kids, thank you so much for listening to Comeback with Erica Cobb with my dear, I mean, how do you not love her? Giselle Phelps, everybody. Comeback kids, for the full podcast, go to my online home, comeback.tv, where you can learn more about Giselle Phelps and her media group there. Thanks for watching.